Well, g'day St Andrews, it's Mal York here. I'm wanting to update you on some major building work that will be happening in the main church building over the next few months. You may have noticed some wear and tear issues with our church over the past few years, particularly drips and leaks from the roof, which has led to flooding in the church and rising damp and mould. In the next few weeks, you'll start to see some major repairs taking place, starting with 70% of the church being wrapped in scaffolding to allow workers safe access to the roof. We'll be making repairs to the bell tower and roof, which will involve fixing leaks, repairing concrete cancer, stabilising and removing large blocks, and then repairing the waterproof membrane in order to prevent the leaking down the bell tower during rain events. You'll notice brick repair around the main church, including repointing. The roof will also have work done to it, including removing and replacing old gutters and downpipes. You'll notice new flashing around the parapet and the supplying of new tiles where needed as well. And there'll be a general clean of the roof. Inside, the windows will be stripped back and painted and have major repairs to help make the building watertight. The works also involve cleaning out the stormwater pits to ensure that rain is drained away from the property. And finally, the internal damaged ceilings within the church will be fixed. The good news is we have funds to cover this work, and this investment now will make the church watertight, meaning that leaks will be gone, God willing, and be a thing of the past, and we can address the mould build-up once and for all. While this is not part of the hall redevelopment, it is a crucial first step in preparing the site ready for this redevelopment. During these major works, we should be able to use the church for our normal Sunday services. However, there will be scaffolding around, and I'll ask you to be extra careful when you are on site. Especially, we'll need to keep an eye on the children around the site to make sure that they're safe. In addition to this work, we're hoping to start some work on the Kelman Room and other downstairs spaces in the next few months. For those who don't know, the Kelman Room is the name we call the room underneath the main church. Sometimes we have morning tea or supper outside of that room. There are 2 toilets, a kitchenette, and a larger meeting room and 3 smaller meeting rooms. They too are all very tired and need of repair. The aim in the Kelman Room is to upgrade the toilets and kitchenette and to make all the rooms safe and usable for our kids and youth during the hall redevelopment. These facilities will become our main bathrooms during the hall redevelopment, as well as a space where we'll prepare and serve morning tea and supper from. In addition, the kids and youth will use the meeting rooms which means they need to be upgraded in order for us to meet safe ministry practices. In addition, we'll fix the rising damp issues in these rooms, as well as drainage issues that have caused a build-up of mould. The good news is that we have the money in the bank to cover these works as well. Again, when these works do get started, we ask you to be extra careful around the site and keep an extra eye on your children, so they too are safe on the site. In fact, I have Mel Bell here. G'day, Mel.
Hi.
Hey, Mel, what things should we be thinking about, especially with kids and parents on site, young people on site with these renovations and scaffolding around and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys know that church safety is all of our jobs, not just staff, not even just kids or youth leaders, but all of us. And so what I would say to our whole church is it's just a good opportunity to refresh our vigilance around what safety looks like. So I reckon there's 3 things we want to keep our eyes out for. But the big rule is if you feel like something isn't safe, say something. Just flag it with one another, flag it to a staff member. And if you can fix that safety issue on the spot, just do it. You never need our permission to kind of minimize risk. So 3 things I want to point out. The first is if you are on site with your kids for a midweek ministry, so play group or ESL that has older vulnerable people and younger children coming on site as well, or extreme things like that, even for our Pilates groups and everything, what I would say during the midweek is be aware that there will be an increased number of builders and people on site who aren't cleared to be in ministry spaces. So we want to love and serve them and help them do their jobs really well, but we want to be quite vigilant about where they're supposed to be and where they're not supposed to be. So if you are here midweek, keep an eye out. Be vigilant around bathrooms, keep an eye on your kids, and there are distinct areas where builders should or shouldn't be. So it's just worth keeping a really clear eye out on that, and our volunteer teams and leaders will help us do that.
And I guess if they're not where they should be, let us know and we can talk to them about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. The second thing I'd say is there just might be things left on site that maybe we haven't spotted yet, so tools or cleaning up supplies or whatever it is. If you spot that kind of stuff that we just haven't managed to pick up after a day's work or something like that, go for it. Take initiative, get it out of the way, get it out of our foyers or on the ground or anything like that. If you see tripping hazards or things left, just get rid of it and let one of us know where you've popped it so that we can make sure everybody knows where all their things are. But don't feel like you need to wait for that stuff. If you see something, do something. And then the third is really about the scaffolding. Obviously, what we can't have are kids or youth or even adults climbing our scaffolding. That is a pretty big non-negotiable.
Yep.
So in the moments where there's lots of people on site, so say 10:30 morning tea where we've got all generations all together, or even our Friday night youth program, things like that, if you could have a conversation with your kids and young people at home about those expectations, that they can see it, walk around it, but absolutely no climbing, that would be great. Obviously, we'll be enforcing that here on site, but if everybody is just clear about what we want to see and what we don't want to see, then I don't think we'll have a problem. And our kids and young people are pretty great at following the rules. So I'm just hoping that's going to continue.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mel. That is so helpful. If you have any questions about any of this, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, any of the wardens or the staff members. But I look forward to seeing you soon. We look forward to seeing you soon. Take care and God bless.